Going in, each player should be assigned a spread point, cardinal or intercardinal like this. Spread points should alternate between DPS and tank healers. Also, 2 4-person split groups are required with a tank and healer in each. Waymarks placed in this fashion also greatly help and will be referred to throughout. Void Arrow 4, raid wide. Savage Barbery. A red arrow indicator will show the origin point for half arena AoE. Hang out on the opposite side of the boss. At the same time, the boss will either point the tip of her sword up or down. Down equals donut AoE around the boss. Position inside boss's hitbox on the opposing side of the boss to the direction of the red arrows. Sword up means a line AoE through the centre of the arena. Still staying on the opposing side of the boss to the direction of the red arrows, instead backing up outside the boss's hitbox. Hair Raid. Another boss animation to look for. If boss floats in the air, you'll get another donut AoE around the boss. But if the boss crouches low, then she will do a huge conal from the side of the arena that her hair is tethered to. You'll have to rush to the edge of the arena she's tethered to as soon as possible. At the same time, you'll either get spread or a double stack markers. The donut or conal will always resolve first before the stack spread. Stacks are dealt with in your 2 pre-assigned groups. Position each group either side of the boss in both instances. For spreads, where it is a donut, players should pre-position within the boss's hitbox close to their pre-assigned spread spots. Wait for the donut AoE and then move out for the spread. With the conal, spread either side of the boss in your split groups and then have 4 players, e.g. ranged and tanks, move out to give everyone more space straight after the conal goes off. Savage Barbery and Hair Raid will repeat with alternative variations to what you got first time through. Void Arrow 3, Tank Buster. Tank swap via provoking during cast or single tank soak with invulnerability. First Teasing Tangles. Have to stay within your green circle with added slow movement speed. 1 player in each circle will get a very large AoE. Utilising the way markers, these should move to the sides near the 1 and 3 markers. Position towards the back of the circle. The other player in each circle will either have a blue stack marker or no marker at all. These 2 players should hug the circle edges close to the 2 and 4 markers and stack within the marker while staying in their respective green circles. Secret Breeze. At the same time, this will create 4 large conals to dodge. These are very quickly followed by a second set of untelegraphed, unavoidable conals targeting each player. Key is that you are not overlapping with another player, thus not taking 2 hits from these. The stack pair will naturally be close together while resolving the attack, so move away from your partner as soon as the blue stack resolves. Curling Iron, raid wide into a bigger raid wide. Before the boss returns, I recommend standing your spread direction around the boss's hitbox, as this will assist with the next mechanics. On return, boss will tether to the tanks and healers, charging each 1 by 1, firing a line AoE after each charge. Strafe to either side as soon as the boss charges you. By pre-positioning to your spread spots, only those tethered will have to adjust, and by staying fairly centre you keep the boss central rather than dashing all around the arena. Next up, static spiral AoEs and a red AoE in the centre, plus a double tank buster. Tanks move north for buster with everyone else dodging the AoEs away from them. As soon as they resolve, everyone head dead centre and stack. Stay put, but get your bearings for where your spread position is. Everyone will get a red overhead marker which will create a huge AoE under every player. The closer stacked everyone is, the easier. As soon as the large circle of AoEs appear under you, move out to your spread spot, adjusting for the spiral AoE. Pop and sprint while waiting for the large circle AoEs is a big help. Tanks and healers will get the double stack markers, and DPS should all rotate in the same direction to partner up with a tank or healer for the stacks. Wait for the central AoE to expire before moving in with your stack partner. After another set of dashes, the boss will punch the ground repeatedly, lots of raid-wide damage to heal through. While this is happening, everyone should stack south. After a brief pause, the boss will give each player 4 successive ground AoEs. The whole team should stay stacked and move clockwise in unison to avoid. As soon as the 4th goes off, tanks will get flare proximity markers, with the rest of the group having a stack marker to deal with. The centre of the arena will also provide a cheeky little knockback. Once you've baited the 4th AoE, tanks should position in the north to be knocked back northeast and northwest respectively, and the rest of the group south of the centre to be knocked back south together. Try and move back to spread spots as soon as the stack flares go off some more boss charges. Second Teasing Tangles. 1 DPS and 1 tank/healer are dragged into each circle. DPS should head right and tanks left within the circles, ready to resolve double stack markers with players in the adjacent circles. At the same time, dance about to avoid ground and floating green AoEs. First Entanglement/PlayStation symbols. Using the waymarkers suggested, head to the waymarkers colour coded to your symbols to ensure you get proximity tethered to the player with the same symbol. Noting those with green triangles go to yellow. Resolve a secret breeze in your pair, ensuring you're as far from your paired player as possible in your green circle to avoid overlapping the second unavoidable hit. Second Entanglement/PlayStation symbols. Again, head to your colour matched waymarkers to get the tethered to the right person, ensuring all players are vaguely close to the boss's hitbox as you don't want to be too far away from each other. This time 2 of the tethered player pairs will get the blue 2-person stacks. Players' green circles can overlap, so the 2 pairs without markers need to move to soak the pairs with the markers. The Curling Iron, Chargers, Ground Punch, baiting AoEs will play out again, this time after the 4th baited AoE. The red stat markers for the large ground AoEs will return. Everyone stack dead centre after the 4th bait, wait for the large circle AoEs to drop, then sprint out to your usual spread spot. More AoEs, and then everyone will get a spread marker with a blue knockback in the middle of the arena. Position close to the blue marker to be knocked back to your spread position. After more boss charges, lots of ground and green floating AoEs to dodge. As soon as the green floaters appear, tanks should migrate to north for a dual tank buster, then 1 tank northeast and 1 tank northwest, while everyone else migrates south. This will prep you for a stack and flare markers which will signal the end of this AoE circus. That's that for the new mechanics. All done. Like and subscribe to complete the duty.